Welcome to the Emerge podcast, where Ronnie Doss shares insights regarding life, leadership, and personal development. For more of our resources, visit ronniedoss.com. Now, let's join the podcast.
Hi there, this is Ronnie Doss. My team and I are really excited that you decided to stop by. You know, I've spent the last decade working with individuals from all over the world to help them transform their thinking and enhance their life experience. Not only do I train teams at some of the most successful companies and organizations in the world, I offer coaching programs specifically designed for individuals much like yourself that are committed to increasing productivity and achieving personal goals. I've had powerful mentors along the way that have taught me principles that absolutely shifted how I was living my life, and those principles I want to share with you. My passion is people, and there's nothing more exciting than seeing a life transformed for the better. This is what I've decided to give my life to. So hop over to ronniedoss.com to check out some of the video programs I personally designed to help you build stronger relationships, improve your communication skills, and develop an intentional mindset. I know these resources will assist you in finding a greater sense of purpose, staying focused on what matters, and breaking through old mental barriers. Get ready. This is your time. So with all the things that are going on, I wanted to give you a little insight here, because the people that I coach, the people that I work with, they're some of the top of the top. They're the best of the best in certain areas. They get things done. And it's amazing to watch. I've been the one who's blessed by it. I mean, I get to coach people. I get to be in their world. I get to see the results they're producing, the impact that they have. It causes me to make sure that I'm sharpening my blade to get better and better. But let me tell you what's going on here over the last few weeks. I think people are tapped out. I think our society as a whole, even if you're the kind of person that unplugs from social media every now and then, that doesn't watch the news, and you'd say that you're positive, that you keep a positive perspective, there's a lot of underlying negativity that's catching up to people, and it may not be directly, but it's indirectly through relationships and friends and family. There's a lot going on. There's a lot of negativity out there right now, and it's causing people to be tapped out. And so instead of doing what I think our knee-jerk reaction is, right, with this messianical complex that we have to be the ones to fix everything, and that we have to be the solution today to the world's problems. And I think, obviously, you've heard enough of my podcast, you know that we do have to create solutions. But I want to give you a little bit of a different slant today and how you can be better at creating solutions for your future. And that is, you're going to have to be willing to rest. And you're going to have to be willing to rest as hard as you've ever rested before and unplug in a way that maybe you've never unplugged before, which means that you don't have your phone sitting beside you. You don't think that rest is laying down in your bed, having your phone next to your head, that when it dings or you get a notification, you have to check in, that you have to respond to a text within 3 seconds of you getting it, or else somebody will think that you don't care about them. You're not looking at your emails all the time. You're not always flipping open your laptop. You're not always wondering what you're going to post and how you're going to post, because you're afraid that the world's going to go to hell if you don't put the best post out there, and that you don't feel like you can be in the spotlight for a moment. That's the spotlight complex that I've been talking a lot about lately, is that we think everybody cares what we're doing so much. They don't. They really care about themselves. It's not that people don't care about you. It's that they just really care about themselves. And so we got to get to this point where we go, hey, I can trust this process. I can trust that the sun's going to come up tomorrow. I can trust that the world is not going to go to hell in a handbasket if I give myself some permission to rest. If you don't rest, it's going to tap you out mentally, emotionally, psychologically. Your body, you're going to be fatigued. And I tell you, when you are fatigued and you're completely empty, you're not creative, you're not thinking good thoughts, you don't have all the good chemicals going on in your brain that can cause you to be really creative, to be at peace, to be able to communicate better. You're pushing and you're forcing from empty. And many of us have gotten to this place. And I think it's time for us, as the people that we would say are thought leaders, the ones that are making an impact in our communities, the ones that are working with our teams, that we're going to have to be the solution to what's going on. And the way that we're a solution to it is not by getting more and more information about all the problem. It's to rest. It's to take a step back, to unplug and trust the process, that there's going to be another day, that we'll be able to get up and fight the good fight again on another day when we have rested and we have taken care of ourselves. You see, rest is not a tax. Many people think that it's a tax that has to be paid at the end of the day after they've worked so hard and they've grinded, then finally I got to pay this tax. That's not what rest is. Rest is an investment. It's not a tax. And the world is not going to give you rest. You're going to have to be willing to take it diligently and with a lot of intention, and saying, this is rest for me. This is rest for my brain. It's rest for my mind, my soul, my spirit, so that from that place of rest, I can make better decisions, healthier decisions for my family and for moving forward. But I'm not going to get rest if I keep doing it how I've been doing it. I'm not going to get rest if I just tap myself out and then I'm so emotional that I can't even see things for what they really are. Everything starts to be just all complexly convoluted and overlapping, and now I can't see anything with any clarity because one thing is now bleeding into another thing, and now my work is bleeding into my relationships, and my relationships are bleeding into my health, and now I can't have peace because my friends aren't at peace because they're working so hard to try and fix all this stuff, and it doesn't seem like it's getting fixed. These are the things that are causing us problems. And if you're somebody who's been positive and you've been pushing through, it's awesome. Thank you for doing that. I am so glad that you've been putting positive energy out there and that you've been working to get things done. But maybe you need to rest. Maybe you just need to say that, hey, if I give myself a couple of days of unplugging from my phone, not answering the phone, not returning these emails, not being at everybody's beck and call because I'm everybody's personal executive assistant, that I got to be doing all these things all the time and having answers for everybody all the time. Maybe you rest in knowing that everybody's going to be okay. It's going to be all right. Your business is going to continue to grow. It'll probably grow better when you're rested. There's something about the energy that we put off when we're in a good space. So rest, trust that there's plenty out there. There are resources out there for you to use that you can have that will show up for you, but you've got to be able to see them. And it's hard to see them when you have really, really tired eyes, exhausted eyes. It's hard to see really good things when you're exhausted. So make sure that you rest. Make sure that you unplug. And then the last thing that I would recommend in this, besides just resting and unplugging from all the noise, is that you connect with something that's fun for you, maybe a hobby. If that's watching movies, if that's exercising, if that's just sitting with a friend. For me, you guys know I have people that send me cigars a lot. I smoke cigars a lot. I like cigars. I haven't always liked them, but I like sitting and being with a cigar, connecting with friends. My wife and I did a staycation this past weekend. It was a lot of fun. We had a babysitter watch the kids. We did a staycation here in Scottsdale. That helps me to be able to get filled back up again, to go sit and to relax and have a nice dinner, to get away from all the noise and know that I can go have a nice dinner. I can have fun for the weekend, and the world's not going to stop. It's not going to stop. So I can connect with a friend. I can connect with a hobby. I can do something that's fun. My recommendation to you would be to do that. This weekend, we're going to go stay at a cabin with a good friend of ours who's just bought a cabin up in Prescott. And we're really excited about going to do that. It's a way of unplugging and getting away from all the noise. I would recommend that you do that. Anybody that I'm coaching as a couple, I recommend that they do date nights. Why? Because it's going to fill you back up. It's going to refuel you. It's going to reconnect you to the relationship, reconnect you to you so that you can go back out on Monday or the start of your week and fight the good fight from a strong place. Boxers and fighters will tell you it doesn't do any good for you to jump into the ring and swing like crazy for the first round and be so gassed or so tired the second round that you get the hell beat out of you by somebody else that's not as good as you. Many of us think that we got to do it all in the first round. It's like we got to do it right now, and we grind, and that's it. And we're not thinking long term. I want you to think long term success. I don't want you to just get in and swing like crazy and get tired and then just get beat down, because that's what's going to happen. The changes that need to happen in our world right now, they're going to take time, and we've got to pace ourselves for that. If you don't pace yourself and you don't rest and you don't fill yourself up good like a car with the right fuel and changing the oil, you may go fast for a minute, but you're going to be broke down on the side of the road, and all the things that you worked to try to accumulate and have will go away because you can't even get up off the side of the road because you didn't pace yourself. And how do you pace yourself? Through connection, through unplugging, through resting. And so I want you to have permission to do that the next few days, the next week, whatever it is. Give yourself some permission and know that the sun's going to come up and that the next day is going to happen, and that you don't have to be so positive all the time. You can let yourself cry. If you need to cry, cry, get it out. If you need to feel it, feel it. If you need to sleep, sleep. If you need to go rest and unplug and get away from everybody, do it. Give yourself permission to do that. And you say, well, I don't know if I can do that right now. Then find a time when you can do it as soon as possible, but hold yourself accountable to doing that the same way you hold yourself accountable to working hard and being positive and taking care of your family and providing. Hold yourself accountable to resting. Rest with the same intensity of which you work. If you will do that, I promise you, you're going to start to get filled up again. You'll be able to step back in. You'll be able to fight the good fight. And I know that we can come out of this on the other side better, stronger, more equipped for the future, because we got a long future ahead of us. We're going to need to be in the fight. We're going to need to make good things happen in the fight, in the future as well. And so we need to rest and take care of ourselves. So you have that permission. So go do it. This is Ronnie Doss. I hope you got something good out of this. I know I did. Rest is important. Know you're loved. I appreciate you guys. I look forward to talking to you again very, very soon. Take care.